Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just now basically getting home from work. It's been a long day. Just got finished working on 1,000,001 cars. Some of the technicians that were in the shop throughout the day got stuck on a couple of jobs where they was basically stuck all day. So I had to basically pick up the pace for the shop, which I always do. Have to always bust out the Superman cape to save the facility. But as you already know, and you already see, I always keep my Dunkin' Donuts coffee lingering somewhere in the background. I felt the need to bring these wrenches home because I did want to get into these wrenches a little bit. Actually, while I was in the shop, as you already know, these are the Genius Professional Tools extra long boxing wrenches, which is 12-point metric. Since I received this set, I have been using this set quite often in the shop to get the feel and the durability of the quality of the wrenches. Um, as you know, with these wrenches are basically not used every single day. Um, I don't recommend them actually for every single day use neither. And I'm going to get into that and for what reason why. While I have been working with these wrenches, I have gotten around to actually using all the measurement sizes, not just one or two wrenches. No, I actually got an opportunity to use all of each size um, to get a feel and a good grip. That's what I like to do with certain tools. I like to really get into the tool, get the feel, the durability. And what I noticed about these wrenches is the first 3 to 4 wrenches in this set have more of a slimmer profile than the actual two larger sizes that actually sit in the back. Um, when I use these sizes, what I notice is that when you put a little bit of force into the wrench, the more slimmer profile wrenches that sit up front in the set, they do flex a little bit. While I was in the shop, I actually wanted to demonstrate the flex a little bit on a vehicle, but sometimes it's not easy to demonstrate and record myself. I really wish I had somebody to stand there and record while I'm actually trying to demonstrate some of the things that I'm trying to explain. But what I was gonna do was I was gonna put a fastener inside a vise and give a demonstration that way to show how the wrenches do flex a little bit. The two larger sizes in this set actually don't flex as much because they're not as much of a sleek, thin profile. They're actually a whole lot much more thicker. Um, but the wrenches are a good set. I don't take nothing away from them. You know, they're fairly reasonable for the price. There are some more thicker sets that are out there that are made by, I believe, Snap-on and Mako and Carlisle and I think company Mountain have them also. But these are just standard. I know there's some other tool brands like Easy Red and a couple of other tool brands that design and make them also. But I believe some of them are in ratcheting designs. But for the price, they're fairly reasonable. Um, as far as having them in a professional settings and using them daily, not for nothing, that's not something that I would really recommend. I can see you using the two larger sizes, but the 4 sizes that are at the front of the set in dimensions, I use them for light work, not nothing too heavy. I want to get out the wrenches so basically you can see the sizes of the wrenches. I also have a 17 millimeter lug nut that's sitting right there also. You normally find these on BMWs, Benz, Volkswagens, Volvos, and a few other make model vehicles that actually don't have lug nuts. The rims actually sit on a pin. So 17 millimeter is very common, especially for BMWs and Volkswagen, Audis, and Volvos. Any mechanic or any DIY out there who basically have any of those vehicles, they basically would know that. They know that that 17 millimeter is very common, especially in shallow. Okay, so let me get these wrenches out real quick. Okay, now you get overshot view, and basically you can see the wrenches, which are chrome vanadium, and the wrenches range from 10 millimeter to 12 millimeter, 12 millimeter to 14 millimeter. Then over here, you have 13 millimeter to 15 millimeter. Then you have 14 to 17 millimeter. Then back here you have 16 millimeter to 18 millimeter and 17 millimeter to 19 millimeter. Okay? These first four that are sitting here, the 10 millimeter to 12 millimeter and the 12 to 14, the 13 to 15, and the 14 to 17 are a whole lot much more thinner than the back two wrenches. Okay? In a slimmer profile. As now that I move back away from the wrenches, you can basically see the thickness slightly a little bit. It's starting to get dark. I'm actually sitting out on a balcony right now while I'm trying to demonstrate this and trying to basically display this. But as you can see, so with these first 3 to 4 sizes and wrenches that you see, you will get a little flex from them depending upon what type of force you're putting on them and what type of load you're putting on them. The two that are sitting in the back feel kind of sturdy, but you know, these are long wrenches. It's not like they're short wrenches or short stubby wrenches or like flank drives or anything. So you should expect to get a little bit tight flex. I do know, like I said, there are some other companies out there who do make these wrenches, um, and some other companies who make them, their design are a little bit thicker. But for the price of these, you fairly really can't go wrong. If you're a DIYer, this is definitely an excellent good set right here. But in a professional use, working in a shop and using these tools daily, like I work 6 days a week, so all my tools is being used 6 days a week, 365 days of the year. Really no days off. When I am off, I'm not off. So this is why I gotta have high-end quality tools, because I actually do this in a professional shop, just as well as times I also do it at home also, just like any other DIY. But this is my profession. This is the occupation that I actually am in. So yeah, we're gonna get into this. Like I said, I brought as you can see, that lug nut home also so that I can show you the fitment of the 17 millimeter and how even though they're 12 point, how it actually grips. This 17 millimeter lug nut, this is not a fastener, this is actually a lug nut. Okay, okay, it is kind of dark and I'm trying to get it as close as I can get it, but as you can see, the 12 point, but the 12 point is gripping its sides fairly tight. Okay, some people said that they've had problems with these wrenches rounding off fasteners. um Technically, I haven't run into that problem just yet. Anything that I actually have put these wrenches to fairly grip the fasteners very well. um I didn't have any problem with removing or breaking anything free. The only thing, like I said, that I did find in these wrenches is that those first four do flex slightly a little bit. You understand? I don't feel as if it's gonna break or whether it's gonna snap in half. But you understand and know if something reflects and this is metal, it can bend slightly. And the question is if it does have heavy load on it and it bends, will it bend back into place? I don't do stress tests with tools. I don't buy tools to do stress tests and put them through torture tests like some other videos do, because I do use my tools every day as a professional. So the money that I put forth, is an investment, and my tools are put in place to make money, not waste money. Okay? So, if you're interested in these Genius extra long professional tool boxing wrenches, yeah, I recommend them. I'm not saying that they're not a bad set of wrenches. They're fairly decent and fairly reasonable for the price. Because you can go to other tool brand companies or major high-end companies and get these wrenches and actually spend a fortune. Okay? So this is going to be your Genius extra long 12-point metric boxing wrench overview, and just my thoughts and my opinions on the wrenches as far as using them in a professional setting. Okay? Peace.